Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. This is Joseph here. I wanted to say hi, good morning. If you can hear me, just put it in the chat wherever you are. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube, if you can hear me, just put it down in the chat. I can hear you. I just want to make sure I do a nice sound check right away. Wherever if you are, if you can hear me, just put it down in the chat. Thank you so much for jumping in on this live that I'm doing. I don't do this often. But I'm trying to do these more, and I really wanted just to make sure that I just made sure I reached out to you. So again, if you could hear me, go ahead and drop it in the comment. If you can't hear me, we can make adjustments there. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Antonio. Antonio says he can hear me. I really appreciate you doing that, man. Thank you so much. This is going to be interactive. Um, thank you as well, Tori. Thank you, Daquan. Thank you, Tamia. Thank you, Amarachi. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Iris. Thank you, Kirk. Everybody that's on right now, everybody that's participating. I'm very happy and I'm glad that you are here. So we're going to do a couple of things before we get into this conversation, and so feel free to uh, write down if you when we get to like a little bit later in the conversation, if you have any questions, I would definitely love to respond to anything. Thank you, Sola. Oh, Sola, what's up, Sola? No, I know Sola personally, so this is cool. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. Thank you for the sound check 1 2 1 2. I really appreciate that because you never know what it's like on the other side. So, with that being said, I'm going to switch gears right now and I'm going to go into talking about what I like to call this a morning moment or the morning moment. Uh, I'm going to probably call it a morning moment. That might be more grammatically correct. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to go to like a morning moment. And what I like to call this a morning moment for is because sometimes you wake up in the morning and you have a moment and you want to share it with people right then and there live. And so I just wanted to reach out to everybody because there's been a conversation that was privy to yesterday on LinkedIn, and it was a really good point. You know, is getting into tech sales, is tech sales itself, staying in the industry, is it easy? And we're going to talk about that. But before we get into that, one thing I want to encourage you to do is that I know if you're joining me on LinkedIn, that's great. But go ahead and go to my YouTube page. If you want, open up another tab, go to my YouTube page, and I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. If you find a video there that really resonates with you, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to talk about my channel in a few. But the reason why I'm more or less being more vocal about it because I looked at the statistics, y'all, and family. Only 77.3% of viewers. Well, I should say it like this: 77.3% of viewers have not subscribed to the channel. That's a huge percentage. And I believe that a lot of people, especially those looking to get into the industry as SDRs and BDRs, will definitely appreciate the channel because it's not about the money as much as it's about the journey. You know, it's not about as much of the esteem as much as about the mindset. So if you want to find encouragement by looking at somebody else's journey and seeing how they were able to get to where they are, I would definitely encourage you to check out the channel because I know for a fact that that channel, even to myself, I literally go back to that channel, um, and I know the videos. I interview the people, but I go back for inspiration for myself because it is not easy. Oh, good point. I'm going to post my YouTube link right now. I'm going to put it in the banner. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Daquan. I really appreciate you saying that. So let me do that right now, and I'm going to put it in there. That basically is www.youtube.com/ at JM Smith Tech. Right. So if you want to go to my channel, that's my channel right there, youtube.com/ at JM Smith Tech. There's plenty of stories from there. I'm going to talk about it even more. And good morning again, Kirk. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining this live. So, as I continue, because I know the morning, everybody's stretching, everybody got stuff going on. So, I'm going to keep that there, but I'm going to switch gears and talk about a friend of mine named Chris Ramos, who is a designer, and he actually did a favor for me. He actually decided to send me some stuff that I wanted to share with you. So I'm unpacking it right now for everybody to see. And he has a clothing brand called Apostle Brand, and you can see the web link for his products right there. I mean, he's a friend of mine, so I'm not like getting paid for this right now or anything like that. I just like to share people's stuff. So and that's what I do. Even on my channel, if there's a guest that comes that has like an ebook or whatever, I'm not stifling their growth. I want them to succeed. So I basically kind of, oh, this is nice. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys what he has. This is free publicity for him because I really want him to succeed, as I want you all to succeed. So I'm gonna show you what he provided to me. Some things he provided. I think I bought like one of these things, and he's like, "Yo, I want to give you a bunch of stuff." So he's like, "Here, take this." And this is a dad hat that I bought. I remember buying this. As you can see, the logo here. He does really good stuff, guys. Apostle Brand. Shout out to you, Chris. And so this is the dad hat I bought. And then he's like, "Yo, what size is your wife?" And I said, "Yeah, she just gave birth, so she is this size." I won't say her size because we're working out together in regards to both losing weight. And so, but this is for the females out there. This is for the females out there. I'm gonna switch to the comment section real quick so I can see what you guys are saying. Yeah, these are the females there. If you feel like you like what you've seen so far, put it in the comment section below. But yeah, these are for females if you're interested. Again, it's Apostle Brand. This is another dad hat. He got me here, but he also does shirts and hoodies. So he really blessed my wife. Check this out, y'all. Dope. He has some really dope stuff there. Good morning, Maurice. Good morning. So yeah, Devin and I check out his website, y'all. See the products that he has. He basically gave me keychains, a whole bunch of different things. And so shout out to you, Chris. I didn't even know all these different things were in here, but shout out to you. I appreciate you for doing that. And again, you see the link right there. You can check it out. Apostle Brand. I'm affiliated with Course Careers, so I do get something with that. But this I ain't getting nothing. He's my friend. I'm just promoting him, man, for free publicity for this brother. Support the brother, man. He just had a child too. Support the brother if you can. All right. So with that being said, let's get into the conversation. Is getting into tech sales easy? If you put what you believe in the comment section right now, do you believe getting into tech sales is easy? Let me know in the comment section below. And I'll wait. No worries. I'll wait. Because it's important. This is a conversation. It's more than a monologue today. It's a conversation. Is getting into tech sales easy? Now, Jasmine says not without the right support and network. All right, I'm gonna put that on the screen for people to see. Let me put that up there because that's good. Not without the right support or network. To me, it says depends on where you're coming from. That's true. That's true. Doable, not easy. That's how I feel too. Doable, not easy. Jasmine says it's hard. Frank, it's been a journey. I hear you, Frank. I hear you. Not remote. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry. Not remote. Oh, you mean like getting a remote job is not easy. Okay, I hear you. Daquan, no sir. Been on the hunt for over a month, still no job. Shake my head. Okay, I and I'm gonna stay here for a little bit because I understand where you're coming from, man. I understand where you're coming from. With support and education. Cool, that's right. With support and education, and education doesn't have to be formal. It could be informal education as well. What I mean by that is taking time to study online, taking time to grow in that area. Yeah, that's right. So going back to that question, is getting into tech easy? No, it is not. It is not easy. And I don't think that it's a case of necessarily sugarcoating things, but sometimes we want to say, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. Everybody's situation, everybody's circumstances are different. That's true. I don't think about it being easy. I believe it's worth it. Woo, Kirk. You preaching. You preaching already. You preaching already. I might have to have you jump on here because I was about to get there. And Antonio says, not easy, honestly, close to hard, but definitely have to know how to network and practice your skill sets. That's right. That's right. So, like I said, this is a conversation that I want to have. So, I'm going to be very engaging with everybody that's on here. So, thank you so much for participating. I'm going to start by saying this. I'm going to start by talking about myself first. Tech was definitely not easy to get into because of a couple of things. One of the reasons why tech was not easy to get into for me specifically was because of life's circumstances. If you feel like life circumstances is a big part of why getting into tech is hard, put it in the comment section below. Say yes in the comment section below if you believe that it is a big factor of what's holding you back in getting into tech. And while you do that, I'm going to talk about myself for a little bit. So for me, I was working full time in the solar industry in the inside sales department with confirmations, which is the part of verifying a lead. So that's kind of like discovery questions. All right. I see Iris. I see you there. I'm going to process through course careers. Networking is mandatory. Absolutely. Crystal said yes. Antonio, you said yes. Vanessa Small, I'm going to put you on the screen. You said yes as well. Life circumstances are real. Life circumstances are real. So let me just kind of go and provide context for me again. In regards to life circumstances for me, I was working full time. My wife and I had 5 children, and I was watching 2 of them from home while I was working. At that point, when I first was exposed to the tech industry. So you could imagine, just if you could imagine me working, calling customers, because I was doing B2C sales. I'm calling customers, and I'm literally, sometimes my toddler comes in at that time, he was a toddler. He comes in the room, he's crying. And I gotta like pacify him while I'm on the phone with a customer. They're like a potential customer, by the way, not even a customer yet. So if you were in a situation like that, would you think you're on a scam call? I think so. You'd be like, what kind of business is this? But I was working from home and I was watching my children. But and the money I was making, even though I was thankful for it at the time, it wasn't what I was looking to make. And so for me personally, the challenge was, man, how do I maintain a job, make sure my family is good? And at that time, my wife was pregnant and she was working out of state and taking public transportation to get there. If you're in the tri-state area, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, stand up. If you are, in fact, let me take a little break because I'm gonna take a little sip of water. Put in the comment section where you're from. I want to get an idea where everybody's from while I take a sip of water here. And while y'all doing that, while you're putting where you're from in the comment section, I'm going to put Iris here real quickly. She says, don't wish it were easy. Improve yourself. The more you pour into yourself, the more it will grow for your future. That's good. That's good. Okay, I'm seeing it coming in here. I see North Carolina from Kirk. I see Iris is from sunny San Diego. Antonio's from the DMV stand up. I was just in Washington D.C. with my company. They took us out there for a team building activity for a couple of days. I was in Washington D.C. for it was cold. Florida stand up, North Carolina stand up, Michigan stand up, Florida stand up. No, okay, I'm gonna add this as well from Amarachi because I think it's a good point. Not really easy for someone without a sales background. We're gonna talk about that as well. Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I see you, Crystal. Chapel Hill. Nice. Rhonda, Florida. All y'all Florida people, y'all need to connect. If you see Florida in here, there's a few Florida people in there. If you see your state in there, DMV, and Atlanta. I didn't even see that, Jasmine. Jasmine, you in the Atlanta area. That's awesome. If you see somebody that's in your state here and you all are pursuing tech sales, y'all need to connect. Y'all need to connect. Networking is powerful. Networking is powerful. Claudia, Brooklyn in the house. I'm from Brooklyn as well. Born and raised most of my life before I moved out of the country. That's a long story, but I won't get into that right now. All right. So I'm glad that as I was taking a sip of water that everybody was able to respond here. This is great. And so going back to my story, and I'm going to be really quick with this because I want to kind of get to another part of the conversation. It wasn't easy. My life circumstances were not easy, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Watching two kids, working full time, and also participating and volunteering in my church. Uh, that wasn't easy because I had a position that was a little bit more, I had a little bit more responsibility. So all these different things made it hard for me. And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't until I saw that video with Anthony O'Neill and Cyrus Harbin, because I've seen a lot of stuff of how you could get money, get rich. You know the drill. You're online long enough, you're gonna see something that tells you, oh, this, do that, and you could get it. And that's honestly, I'm gonna put this up, Jasmine. Jasmine said it. I love how people from Brooklyn don't even say they're from New York. Brooklyn is a state of its own. I'm not gonna lie. That's how we feel, man. That's how we really feel. It's just like we love that we're from New York, but Brooklyn is like Brooklyn, New York is like its own. It's a borough, but it's like its own world. It's its own world. I thought that was funny, so I wanted to put that up there. But I'm getting distracted. Y'all, forgive me. Yep. That's right, Claudia. BT. That's true. That's our roots. So yeah, in regards to getting into tech sales, is it easy? So it's not easy because there's a lot of things that could be challenging you, right? You have your life that's challenging you, your life circumstances that could be a challenge for you. Financially, for me, getting into the boot camp course careers, believe it or not, even though it's $500 or $450 with my promo code Joseph50, right? Even though it was 500 or 450 at a time, that was a challenge for us. I literally had to come to my wife and humble myself and say, "Hey, baby, I got one more thing that I think could work for us." She's like, "Oh, another one," because I've come to her before with stuff. If you've been that spouse, you know how that feels when you have to come to your spouse and you got to say, "Okay, babe, I got one more idea that I think could work for us," and she's seen a couple of them kind of fizzle out. And so I had to get a why. I had to develop a why in order for me to get into this space, because otherwise I would have fizzled out. I would have fizzled out. I've done it before. I probably would have done it again. And Anthony O'Neill and Cyrus Harbin interview has truly changed lives. Yes, it has. It has, Iris. It has. Yeah, Kirk, you got to grind it out. That's fantastic. I definitely encourage that. Okay, I definitely encourage that. And so to speed up my story, because I want to get to the other parts right now, I had to catch a why. I had to catch a hard why. And what I mean by that is, even though I had a sales background, I didn't think I was ready for this tech sales space. So I had to get knowledge and I had to get understanding. And so that's one of the things I want to talk about too, is getting knowledge and getting understanding. I'm actually writing that right now because I want to put that in here. Knowledge plus understanding. And I'm gonna do it like this because I'm gonna just talk about it as an equation. I wasn't planning to do this, but I think this is gonna be helpful for a lot of people right here. Knowledge plus understanding, right? So for me, I had a little bit of knowledge of sales, but I really wasn't there. I really wasn't there. Um, yeah, Kirk, I love AO too. Using more money that we don't really have. I will put that up there. That's how I felt. I was like, oh man, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul here, because I didn't have the money at the time to do it. We had 5 kids, one on the way, and it was a tough time. But for me personally, I had to catch that why, right? And I knew for me that catching that why was gaining knowledge and understanding. And the thing about it is that when I got into tech sales, I specifically got into course careers. That's what boot camp that I took. And when I got into course careers, it really challenged me because what the course itself is not easy. I like to say that it's a good challenge because it's a lot of material and you're learning new skills and new terminology that you may not be familiar with in the past. If you did a tech boot camp, tell me if it was easy or not in the chat. Come on, tell me if it was easy or not in the chat. If you did a tech boot camp, or if you're still doing one, was it easy? Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you saying that. I thank you very much for that. Yeah, it was not easy. It was not easy. It was not easy, right? The course itself was a challenge, but that's good. That's good. And we're going to talk about it right now. So the course itself was a challenge. So I had to gain knowledge, I had to gain understanding. And when I was gaining knowledge and gaining understanding, I was actually listening to it while I'm putting my baby for a nap during while my work day. I'm listening to a lesson, or I'm going through an audiobook while I'm driving and getting groceries. And so it became a lifestyle for me to gain this knowledge that I was gaining through course careers as well as YouTube. And so that's the thing that I really had to challenge myself was I had to gain knowledge. And while I'm gaining this knowledge, I'm trying to understand it because sometimes you could read something and not understand it. If that's you reading something and not understanding it, put yourself in the chat and say, I get it. I get it. Because that was me. I was reading some things and I'm like, I gotta read that again, or I gotta listen to that again because I don't get it. Right. I'm gonna be transparent. Sometimes things I catch quickly, and some things I gotta take time to catch. I gotta take some time to catch, right? Yes, Crystal, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Too many commitments. That's right. That's right, Vanessa. Not easy when trying. But Maurice, you get it. You get it, Maurice. And so for me, knowledge and understanding was what I was trying to gain. But I didn't realize that in doing so, there was a byproduct of knowledge and understanding that I was getting. And that byproduct, and this is something that I learned from actually watching Dr. Myron Golden, it's talking about this particular word. When you talk about knowledge and understanding, you're talking also about gaining what's called wisdom, right? Knowledge plus understanding equals wisdom, but not in the traditional sense that we might say, oh, wisdom. It's actually wisdom is looking more like skill. Wisdom starts to look like skill. So what I mean by that is once you get the knowledge about, let's say, cold calling, and you start to gain knowledge about that and understanding about that, and you utilize that knowledge and understanding, it becomes skill, right? You're activating and you're using wisdom, and it becomes skill. So let me talk about skill. So one thing I learned in cold calling, and I'm going to give you guys this, and in the future I'm going to open up coaching sessions because I don't know a lot, but what I know I want to share, right? Uh, so one thing I learned about in while I was doing solar sales is when you want to close an account or you want to get people booked for a time and date, you don't let them choose it. You give them options, right? So I'm gonna give you a quick thing. I'm gonna say, let's say I'm selling the scissor here that I have in my hand. I'm gonna go through the whole thing and I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? This is the scissors that I have in my hand. Um, it's one of the best scissors in the world. Tell me about your situation in regards to, have you had any issues with cutting things in the last 5 minutes, whatever. I'm just making something up, right? But you get to the end of that conversation. You said, you know what? You want to find out more about the scissors. That's great. Let's set up a time. How about Monday or Tuesday next week, right? You don't say, hey, what's a good time for you? Because people naturally are going to be like, I don't got time for this. They'll say no, but you want to kind of give them some sort of direction. You want to make it easy for them. So, hey, let's set up a time for us to talk about the scissors in more detail. Would Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday work better for you? Okay, Tuesday works better for you in the morning or the afternoon. Oh, the afternoon works good for you. Okay, good. At 12, 1, or 2 p.m. Okay, 2 p.m. works good for you. Great. So I have you Tuesday in the afternoon at 2 p.m. Uh, and you know what? I'm going to send you some information. What's the best email address for you? Get the email address. Okay, what's the best telephone number for you? Get the contact number in case it was incorrect. Most times you don't have to ask that because you're on the phone with them anyway. But depending on what kind of situation you're in. So, right. So that's a skill that I developed because I practiced that skill. I took the knowledge and understanding of, okay, this is how you do it, and I put it into practice. So I'm going on a tangent. I don't know how I got here, and I don't know if this is helpful for anybody, but if it is, great. But anyway, let me get back to the conversation. Is getting into tech sales easy? No. You have life circumstances. You have to learn the craft. You have to gain skills, right? That's what I was trying to say. You have to gain knowledge and understanding to get a skill to be able to break into that. And then you have the interview process. The interview process is as hectic as it is. I know it was stressful for me. And for me, I can imagine for you, your problem is that sometimes when you get to the interview process and they're asking you questions, what happens was that the knowledge and the understanding that you were trying to accumulate to get that wisdom and skill is not fully developed, or it's not developed to the point that when you get into that interview process that you really understand what you need to do. If somebody had a eureka moment just now from what I just said, put it in the chat. Say eureka. Actually, that might be say wow. Eureka might be a little bit too much it's too early for a word like that. Say wow. If what I said just now made sense to you, that you get to the interview process and you may not have the knowledge and understanding yet developed to have the skill, then you feel like then there's a gap there that you're like, oh man, I'm not confident in this interview. Things fall through. If that's you, put that in the chat. Say wow. Jasmine said too early. You're right. Too early. Wow. So that thing that's what a lot of people I think struggle with, is that gap right there. Is that once if there's a gap in your knowledge or your understanding, so that the skill is not yet developed. That's why it's good to get with a coach. That's why it's good to get in community. That's why I told people that if you see somebody in the Florida area that's putting their chat there, reach out to them, connect with them, because you need community. You need to sharpen your skills even more, so that when you get to that place where you're in the interview process and they're asking you questions like, what is it to be an SDR? You practice that question about 15, 20, 30 times, right? Um, and so I wasn't planning to go this route. I honestly was not planning to go this route. So I'm going to try to speed things up because I want to make sure I'm also sensitive to time. But hopefully this is helpful. If it is helpful for you in the chat, give me a thumbs up, give me a yes. I wasn't planning to go in this direction, but I feel like at the same time as I'm asking this question, I could give some ideas that have been helpful to me. The 6-part interviews, that's right. I had a 6-part interview. I'm going to talk about that. Oh, thank you so much, LinkedIn user. I really appreciate you saying that. Where can I find a coach? Good question, Kirk. So there's a couple places where you can find a coach, right? One is in Course Careers. They have alumni who this is for Course Careers people. So I apologize if you're not in Course Careers. I'm going to give you another area to go to if you're not in Course Careers. But Course Careers, they have alumni that are actual coaches. I am one of those coaches as well. However, I'm restructuring my coaching program so that way I could really it'll be beneficial to the group, to the whole. Because right now time is limited, so I'm going to be doing things like this, conversations like this, in my group program that I'm going to develop, and answering particular questions to the best of my knowledge. Because again, I don't know it all, about what I know I'll share, and that way, if you have any questions, we could definitely jump on. Sorry, it's on the works. I'm not there yet. I apologize. But if you are in Course Careers, there are coaches that are available. Just reach out to, I believe it's, if you reach out to the admin email that they have for Course Careers, or the website, they should be a way for you to find. Oh, Discord. There we go. If you go to Discord, you should be able to find coaching sessions. Frank, reach out to me personally. Message me personally. If I have time in my schedule, I'll fit you in, brother. Because I want to help people. It's just the only problem is I can't help everybody because of my schedule right now. So that's why I'm revamping my program. Kirk, you're in Course Careers. Yeah, they have coaches in there as well. And another place, I'm going to give you a resource. Let me put it in here because I really want to help people. I hope you guys hear my heart. Let me put it in here. www.jobski.io. Right? I'm going to put that in here. So jobski.io, I actually had the interview with the CEO and founder of that on my Techniques channel. He basically started this website, this network, social media network, this company that is dedicated to helping people that break into the SDR industry. So there's job boards, there's mentorships, there's forums, there's coaching, and the membership is only $35 a month, but you're getting mentorship, you're getting coaching, you're getting exclusive job boards. Now, when I say exclusive, I mean these are positions that come with referrals. And if you know anything about getting to the tech industry, when you have referral behind you, somebody referring you, that puts you right to the top. In my job, if I refer somebody, they go right to the top. They have to apply the normal way, or I could just put their resume on, but they go right to the top. The recruiter reaches out to them right away, and at that point, it's up to them to land the job. So you get a whole lot of resources in that. So I put it there. And you know what, guys? I'm actually going to put, I'm going to put that link in there for you guys because I want you to see it. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, so I definitely want you to go in there and go in there and go to Jobski. Look it up right now. In fact, I'm gonna put a code in the link here so you actually can save some money. I forgot about that. My fault, y'all. I want you to save some money. So let's see if we could do it here. Yeah, let me see if okay. All right. So it's I'm gonna have to do that later because it's gonna take me a while to figure that out. But I'm gonna put that in the chat later for you guys because I want you to um not only get into the job, but I want you to also become affiliate with Jobski because Jobski does offer affiliate programs. So if you are in Jobski and you're benefiting from it, and you know a bunch of SDRs that are looking for a job, you can become an affiliate with Jobski. Let them know about it, and then you could actually benefit from it as well. So jobski.io. Let me go to the comment section real quickly. See what's going on. It's called jobski.io. Check them out. His name is Robert. He's a great guy. Check out his interview as well, so you can hear his heart and his vision behind why he created Jobski. It's a brilliant idea, and I'm glad it's a brilliant idea for tech sales. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And once we get into coaching sessions, trust me, there's a lot more that I'll definitely be sharing with you guys once I get that started. But yeah, so let me get back to tech sales. Getting into tech sales is not easy, right? You need knowledge, you need understanding. Your life circumstances could be a challenge for you. You have to develop skills. You have to be able to network. Jobski is a great way to do that. You have to be able to be on LinkedIn, revamp your LinkedIn. That takes time, right? Putting them through a sales cadence. If you have not put, okay, I'm gonna get real with y'all because this is, if I'm course careers people, if y'all have not done this, you might get a pow from me. Put in the comment section below if you have not put. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be positive this morning. Let's switch it around. Put in the comment section below if you have put the companies that you're applying through a sales cadence. Say yes if you have been putting the companies that you've been applying to through a sales cadence. Put that in the comment below. Just say yes. Simple yes. It's too early for anything crazy. Just say yes. Put a Y if you're that tired. Just say Y. Y for yes. Oh, I didn't even see Rhonda's point. Let me write it here, Rhonda. There's a button at the bottom under the videos in course careers that says coaching. Good. I haven't been in the platform since I graduated, so I really don't know. So I'm glad that you pointed that out. This is for course careers people. All right. So people are saying yes. They put their company through a sales cycle. Okay. Good. So I mean a sales cadence. That's great. So the reason why that is important is because, and I've seen there's some people that have put people in a sales cadence, companies in a sales cadence, but they haven't done all the steps. They may email the company saying, hey, I would love to work for your company, but not apply to the website, right? Or they may apply to the website and maybe email, but they don't follow up. The whole purpose of a sales cadence is to have a stream of thought, a stream of actions that would lead to success. So you can't stop at step number 1 because you didn't see any results, or step number 2 or 3. The cadence is supposed to kind of get you to a place where you're going to be applying to the job, emailing, doing research and emailing the person that is hiring. Then you're going to check on them a couple of days, say, hey, did you receive my email? And you're going to also have different points of contact whether that's on LinkedIn, whether that's, and I'm not trying to say be a stalker. I'm saying just like, follow them, comment on their page, show them that you are active and that you are that you have a presence on LinkedIn, right? So the sales cadence is so powerful, but sometimes we don't realize the level of power it has, right? Man, I'm talking a lot today. Let me we gotta talk more about that in coaching, because that's gonna be a whole, yes, that's right, Claudia. Treat them like a prospect, don't let up. Exactly. And you have to do it in a way that it's going to be impactful. Can you say the discount code for Jobski? Actually, I take that back. I'm not too sure if it's a discount code, but it's an affiliate. You could become an affiliate, and if you become an affiliate of Jobski, then you could actually invite others, and it pays for itself. Basically, does that make sense? I apologize. I read it wrong in the description that I was reading. So yeah, you can become an affiliate with Jobski, and when you refer other people, it'll kind of pay for itself. Okay, Frank is like, I'm on it. I love that. I love that. I love it. So yeah, so the sales cadence is so powerful, man. I applied for multiple companies. The only company that said yes to me was the one that I put through a sales cadence. Let me just say that again. I applied for a bunch of companies. Let's say if I apply for 11 companies, let's say even if there's 11 companies, 10 of them said no to me, one of them said yes, and the one that said yes to me was the one I put through a sales cadence. And I'll leave it at that, because I hear my toddler waking up, so I have to go soon. Okay, it's not easy, but it's worth it, right? Let's go there, because somebody said it earlier, and that's the point I want to make. It's not easy, but it is worth it, y'all. It is truly worth it. And the reason why I know it's worth it, because every single person that I have interviewed on my channel, every single person that I ever interviewed has a story of hardship or challenges that they had to face in order to get to where they are. I'm going to talk about the CEO and founder of Course Careers, Troy, right? Troy was homeless, y'all. The same Troy that you heard teaching us, he was homeless, eating out of garbage cans. You could look at the interview that I have on my channel. Homeless, eating out of garbage cans, begging, panhandling, asking people for money before he created this company that he has. Somebody said the follow-up has gotten interviews. That's fantastic. But that's Troy. He literally was the same Troy that we all love and admire. Before he became an account executive, before any of that, he learned how to speak to people, and he learned to realize that people are amazing because he had to depend on them to survive. He was homeless. And now he is the founder and CEO of one of the largest career transitional companies in the world, because it's online, right? Thousands of people go through Course Careers a month. Thousands. The last time I think I checked, it was close to like over 70,000 or so plus people have gone through Course Careers. It's insane. But I mean, that's just me checking. That number could be wrong, right? Let's talk about Jeremiah. He has a goal to become a sales engineer, right? But he has his own business, but he has to go through he has to keep his own business going. He has to actually start from the ground up as an SDR. Listen to me, sales engineers out there, aspiring ones or ones that are trying to get there. He had to start out as an SDR and he's working himself up to being a sales engineer. So even though he has a lot on his plate, the grind is hard, but it is worth it. Then I have the Whartons. I love the Whartons. Justin and Atia, they're my family. We're actually going to hang out today virtually because they live in another state, and have game night, a couple's game night. But they had to go through it as well. He literally quit his job, being the breadwinner. They have 2 kids. His wife is a stay-at-home wife, mother at the time, and he basically quit his job to pursue this. And he said it before. He literally quit his job. So they both weren't working at this time to pursue tech. Talk about insane. Talk about stress. I was stressed, and we both were. My wife and I were working, but they had to do it too. Trent Dressel, I've interviewed him as well. If you go to my channel, you'll see the interview. He talks about it. He was at a place where honestly he didn't know what to do with his life. He was wasting away. He was overweight. He was basically, he would say himself, like he was just spending time on video games and had no direction for his life. Somebody might be here saying, I don't have any direction for my life. He threw out his video games. I'm saying for you to throw out your video games, but he threw it out because that's what he needed to do. He literally said, burn the ships. And he went full throttle, and making over $300,000 in tech sales now. And he's still struggling because being in tech sales is not easy as well. And we'll talk about that at another time. But I'm going through the list here. Elijah, he was in a very toxic, he got into tech, was making good money, but was in a very toxic situation. People getting cursed out on live calls in the company. Somebody would be like, you know what, tech is not for me. But you know what? He pushed through, and he's still here. Tech is not easy. Getting into tech is not easy. Staying into tech is not easy, but it's worth it. Malachi was working corrections, was a correction officer. You could imagine that being a correction officer, your whole goal is to come back home alive. And he was doing that, making money from the government. He could have got a good, if you work for the government, y'all, you could make good money when you retire, right? He gave that up for a tech career because he said, I'm willing to make this sacrifice. I'm willing to make this sacrifice to get into tech because I believe I could really succeed in this field. And he's going to talk about it later, too. I think he talked about it yesterday about the challenges of working and being in the tech industry. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Cortez Adams, this brother, honestly, I told him, I said, you are a part of history as being one of the subject matter experts in the development of Zelle, right? This man is up there in regards to being a tech executive. But he said it himself. When he first before he got into tech, and before he got right in college, him and his wife had a beautiful child. But it was a struggle at that time. They had to depend on family and friends to support them. You might be in a situation right now. You might be struggling and you have to depend on family and friends to support you, right? But know that in the other side of it, it is worth it. I'm going through this really quickly now. Nikki Carney, she lost her mother. She was jobless. She was let go at a certain point while she was trying to get into tech sales. And she said, you know what? I have to change things. And she not only landed a job at one of the biggest companies in tech, but she literally is making a name for herself. She's a part of an advisory board that communicates with the CEO about making changes. All that from pursuing tech. So again, not easy, but worth it. Crystal Harvey, I love her. She got on the show, y'all, and she's not there yet, but she has not given up hope. She's striving to be a sales engineer. She's pushing out. Her profile is amazing. It's beautiful. She's pushing out and trying to do different things. Hold on, y'all. This is live, y'all. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Promise me, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Hold on. See, I told you my time was coming close because he woke up. This is our second to youngest. Say, you want to say hi? Okay. He's like, look at myself in this thing, y'all. All right, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. I'm wrapping this up now because I got to tend to him. He's priority. But anyway, so that's Crystal, right? Crystal is, she's not there yet, but she's striving to be there. And her zeal, I know she was moments where she was depressed because like many of people here, she didn't make it into tech as of yet, but that doesn't mean that it's not worth it and she will not get in there. Della went from the Navy. Like her story is amazing. If you get a chance, go to her channel and check out her channel, right? Check out her channel, buddy, right? It's an amazing story. Honestly, it is. And so she was able to defy all her mental matters. Like I had mental issues too, mental challenges. Mental health is a big thing. I had an extreme anxiety about going through this course. She was able to overcome all of that to be where she is right now in tech. Trey was looking for a job. He was trying to find a place. And thank you. He said he's cute, he's adorable. You're saying you're adorable, buddy. I gotta clean your nose though. I gotta clean that. All right. So yeah. So Trey said that he was trying to find work at a particular time, and he was trying to find something and do something, and he was doing content creation, and he got into tech. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. And lastly, Rob, I just told you, he started Jobski, but before that, there was moments where he's like trying to figure out life living in California. We all, basically, what I'm trying to say is that we all come from somewhere. We all come from somewhere. We all have challenges to face, and that may be your life. It may be a knowledge gap or a skill gap that you have. It may be the network that you have. It may be whatever else that may be facing you specifically, but don't give up. Never said it was going to be easy. If somebody said tech is easy, it's not. I remember Cyrus Harbin talking about it too. He's like, this is not for people that are lazy. I'm not saying anybody here is lazy. Nobody here is lazy. I don't believe that. But he said it's not for people that are lazy. It's like getting tech it's not easy. But I want to encourage you right now, because I think people needed to hear this. Be encouraged, family. It is not easy, but it is worth it. Right? It is worth it. So that's my sign. All right, family. Thank you so much for taking this time to go live with me. I might do this more on Saturday mornings. I'm really kind of figuring out what my schedule could allow me, because I have a family, I have a wife, I have things, right? But I wanted to really encourage you to say, yes, getting to tech is not easy, but it is worth it, and you can do it. So go ahead, go back to my channel if you can, YouTube. It's going to be youtube.com//JM Smith. He's saying bye already. He's kicking us out. youtube.com//JM Smith Tech. I'm going to be having more conversations regarding this. If you haven't seen any of the interviews, go check out those interviews as well. It's really encouraging. And that's why I started this channel, because I want people to realize that we all come from somewhere. It's not about the money as much as about realizing that we can do it too. For me, it's about the boots, which is symbolic of the journey, and the brain, which is symbolic of the mindset to get to where these people are and to scale from there. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning on to this live from Asa and myself. I hope to see you on the other side. Take care, family. Thank you so much.